Take one. Action.
Hey guys, welcome to episode, I think, 10 of Indied Filmmakers. We're your hosts, Rachel and
Logan.
And
welcome back.
Welcome back. We have two guests today. August
Alves.
And
Avery Wilton.
Yeah, and today we're talking about August's short film, Even Afterlife, your directorial debut.
I would say it was a great debut, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I was
Amazing.
very pleased with it.
Yeah, and Avery was the DOP.
I was the DOP on that, so kind of a director DOP combo going on today. So
Yeah, which is really
exactly.
cool. So we want to break it down from both their perspectives and kind of literally from the beginning to where it is now.
sounds good.
I kind of want to start from the beginning of how you got this idea and when you started writing.
Yeah.
And kind of,
Yeah, talk to us
Where
about
did it stem from?
the ideation.
Yeah.
That was an important part of
Yeah.
the story, I think, right?
Yeah, I think I was 19.
Wow.
So we're going on almost 10 years ago at this point.
My
Not
goodness.
completely, but almost 10 years ago. And I remember it was just a thought I kept having of, oh, fuck, like I'm not making the greatest decisions at the moment. And then just hearing people, oh, well, you're not going to go to a great place after and this and that. So I just started thinking of, well, is it always that bad? Like there should be, tiers of this thing. Like I didn't kill anyone, and I definitely didn't make a right choice there.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen? And I went to, I can't remember what the theater was called. I think it was actually called the Carlton Theater, downtown Toronto. And I went there by myself, small little movie theater, I think 2 or 3 movies at a time. And I went there, don't remember what I seen, sat through the movie, and then came out and went to a little coffee shop down the street at like, I don't know, 11:30 p.m. I just sat there, I'm like, well, if there's any time to write, it's probably now. And I still have those sheets, actually, that I wrote out that night.
You wrote this at 19, like the original kind of
So
copy or
I
idea?
wrote the first, like the entire concept.
Oh, no
And then
way.
I didn't have like a full script or anything. It's on a little notebook, like just lines of everything in like paragraph style.
Oh my God.
Did the ideas come to you like one after another, or is this like a gradual? You know
I
what
had
mean?
like one main thing, which was the one shot, and it was following her down the alley or down the street from behind, and then moving into an alley and everything that happening. And that was that main thing that I built off of.
So that one shot
Was it.
was your kind of like inspiration you built the entire story on.
Exactly.
So
That was it.
do you think we got that shot?
100%.
Amazing.
100%.
Because I'm like
Did I
10
do
years in the making. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God,
Yeah.
did we get the shot?
It was that one. The second up was the second hallway right near the end.
Yeah.
That was the second main shot.
Was
That
when
was
you
in my
walked
head.
to sit down with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was those two. And I exactly how I pictured that one specifically.
Amazing.
That hallway. I was like, oh my God, this is how I seen it for 9 years, 8.5 years kind of thing.
That's so cool.
This is good.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then, correct me if I'm wrong, fast forward to the 48-hour challenge when we all were working and you and Avery were chatting and
Went outside, I noticed the sunset, and I said, hey man, you gotta see this. Like, this is neat. You gotta get some pictures of this. So we did. I had a few apologies I had to make about something I felt bad about messing up. And then we ended up just getting into conversation. He goes, oh yeah, just, shoot me the script. Like, shoot it by the end of the week or whatever. So I was like, okay, fair enough. And I got home and I'm like, wow, I just mentioned a script I only have 2 pages for. And he wants it by the end of the week, which is 3.5 days away. What am I going to do? And so I just spent all day and night, every second that I had writing it. And I hit send. And it was one of those, I went to hit it and it didn't send the first time. I'm like, oh my God, it's a sign. It's a sign. I'm not going to send it. This is not meant to be. And then I was like, oh, fuck it. And I just clicked it. And I was like, all right, well, we'll see what happens from here. Yeah. And then it took off. So I think it was within 2 or 3 days after that you were like, yeah, let's meet up. Let's talk about this. So yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. And maybe touch on like, how was that pre-production process? Like once you sent it off to me, I was very impressed with the story, and it felt very, and maybe this has to do with your how long you had the idea on the back burner for, and obviously like stuff, you think about things in your subconscious, right? So you had obviously thought this through, and it felt very full. It didn't feel like you wrote this in, you said like 3.5 days, right? Like this felt like you, and now I didn't know this before, but yeah, you had this on the back burner for a very long time. So that's really cool. So how did it feel, starting to think about actually like shooting this and kind of going into that prep process?
If you ask me how I got all those things done, like the locations, I couldn't tell you. I was winging it the whole time, and complete honesty, was winging it. I was like, okay, here's this guy who does all this great work, who's going to come in with like his own crew, and I'm supposed to just get it all together and make it happen. I'm like, how do I do that, right? And I just started thinking of it. I'm like, well, it's like you got to go by the basics, right? We need a place to shoot. Yeah. So where do I go? Well, let's go here. Let's try there. Got it. First try. I was like, and getting that grocery store on the first try, I was like, all right, we can get the other ones. Like, we're good. If I can wing this on my first shot, we can wing the other ones, which we did. So that was great. I took it almost as like a, I don't know. To me, it felt, for some reason, I got the vibe of like, oh, this is like a high school project. Like, just get all the things that you need together, and then we'll go from there. Yeah. Even though I knew it wasn't one of those, that was the mindset I put myself in, so I wasn't as intimidated getting everything. Okay. Yeah. So it was,
What was the most difficult obstacle in your way to overcome in the pre-production before you even started shooting?
I think it was mainly the timing, like the days, like the schedule. Okay. That is the hardest, because we ended up with so many people. Like,
it's a big crew.
Just such a large crew, right? And I it was not what I was thinking, and then it was what it was. So I was like, okay, we need to accommodate everybody. Like, we cannot put anybody out of their way for this if this is something they want to do. Like, we need to try and accommodate the most that we can. And thankfully, like, it seemed to just work out that way. Everyone was good for those days. It was just a little slower at that time. So it worked out. But I think timing was the hardest part, and working with like store hours, bylaws.
There's a story there.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh goodness.
You have time to share it.
Yeah, we were doing the alley scene, and I had already spoken to bylaw, and because of where we were shooting, there are no bylaws, and they were on holidays when I originally submitted. So by the time they got back to me, it was too late to get a noise complaint thing for bylaw. Yeah. So they were like, I mean, keep it as close to 10 p.m. as you can, and if you can't, just shut up. So it's 1:30 in the morning. And
just a little late.
A little late.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a tiny town.
Yeah.
That is just dead quiet. And we have the actress yelling, "Help me, please." And none of us took it in at that moment. Until OPP came. That was great. But he was really nice. Like, I told him, I said, listen, I spoke to bylaw. We can leave now if you need us to. No worries. He was like, oh, you seem like you'll be a little bit longer. You have it all set up. I figured you guys weren't breaking and entering like the caller suggested. And there was something more to the story. And I said, well, what was the call? And he said, someone called saying that we were running around with break and enter equipment, stealing stuff out of apartments, and screaming. And I'm like, what is going on? No.
And granted, we had massive lights
Yeah.
lighting the whole space. It's like
camera.
and a camera. Yeah.
We're filming
Nonetheless,
ourselves
yeah.
breaking in.
Yeah. So what's up, guys? Like,
Vlogging.
They were robbing this apartment complex.
Yeah.
yeah, let's get that light over here. Yeah.
And the cop ever so subtly pointed out who it was that called. And he goes, is that truck up there with you? And I said, nope. And he's like, okay, I know who it is then. And drives up. I'm like, I'm going to remember your truck.
But, so they would have seen what you were doing if they're right there in their truck.
They
Yeah.
were parked up the street with their hazards.
So they know you're not doing what they say you're doing.
It was obviously like a Karen type
Yeah.
moment.
My
that
mind
they're-
went to some like over hysterical woman like freaking out.
Yeah, oh my god.
Well, it's
yeah.
funny that it was no one in the apartment building that we were shooting in between.
Yeah,
and no one
cared.
there cared.
No, they didn't. They were all asleep. They didn't. Yeah, they didn't care.
One of them's watching TV. I was
Yeah,
surprised
you
we
can see
couldn't
through the
hear
window.
that.
They're
Yeah.
like
It's
chilling
the truck
and
right next to you that's freaking out.
Yeah.
Not people
Not
in
even
there.
anyone that lives
No.
there.
Yeah.
Just like
That's
some
crazy.
guy, like, I need to take care of this right now.
Interesting. He needed some excitement in,
Yeah.
in his little town.
and that's the thing. Yeah.
Well, it's nice that the police was nice about it. You
Yeah,
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
He was nice, took all the information and everything like that. And he was like, yeah, just if I need to come by again, I will. So, and then that was the last we heard of him.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Nice.
I was grateful for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that the like crazy story from production?
I would say so.
Other than
Yeah.
the
That's one of
location
like
thing.
the on-set.
On set, I'd say
on-set
that was
crazier
like
story.
the biggest kind of hiccup we had. Of course, there was other things behind the scenes that we kind of dealt
Yeah.
with in the moment. But yeah, as far as like pre-production, how did you find the whole process behind like shot listing and stuff like that? Like how was our sessions together and stuff like that?
Oh, those were the most helpful thing.
Amazing.
100%.
Cool.
There would be no way I would have been able to get through all of that on my own.
Okay.
And we probably had, I think by the end of it, before we started shooting, I think we had like 5 meetings or something. Like we had a good handful of meetings.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And just even like listening to you go through it and you showing me, because you seem quite visual. Like you have a lot of things that you do to show what you're talking about visually.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That was really helpful because I was like, oh, fuck, I can see it now. Now I see it right there and I can like put myself down and now see what you're talking about.
Okay.
So that
yeah.
was really good. And it was a nice way to get a sense that we were on a really similar, if not the same page.
Yeah.
Like most of the time we were like, oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. And it was
true.
just like, it meshed really well.
Yeah.
That made it really easy and
Yeah.
like upped the confidence and put down the anxiety. I was
That's
like,
great.
okay, if I don't know what I'm doing in this moment,
Yeah.
I know I can be like, hey Avery, what the fuck am I doing? And you're gonna
That's
be like, this is what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we're good, right?
That's
Like,
awesome.
how did you find it?
Well, I felt the same way, and it's super cool that that you felt so connected, and that's why I always tell directors and stuff like that I'm working with. It's always so important to prep. Prep is everything, right? So us getting on that same visual wavelength meant that we could just look at each other and be like, yeah, we're not feeling the shot.
Yeah.
Or we're like looking at the frame and we're like, it's fucking good frame here, right? Like, so when you're on that, it just like, for me, it solidifies the success of the production moving forward when we get on that same kind of wavelength of the visuals for the film. So yeah, I had a blast workshopping everything in prep. So
I really agree with that too, because there were a few times on set where it was just a little like,
yeah.
and we were like,
Literally,
okay,
yeah.
we're done,
See?
we're done, cut, right?
Yeah.
And then there were times where we're just like, looking back, we're like, does anyone fucking see this
Yeah.
right now? Like, holy shit, right?
Yeah.
So it was neat to just have that like connection while there was a disconnect because we were doing two different jobs at that point.
Yeah.
But it was just a quick look and okay, we know what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's it. We know where we're going from here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and I really wanted to give you a bit of freedom with the shots.
Yeah,
right?
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Because I think, you had some really great ideas that really brought a feeling to the film.
Thank you.
And the way that you shot it it made it feel more
Thank you.
depending on which part of the film it was, it had a certain feeling, but the emotion in that was really there depending on what you were doing and what lens and all that. And I thought they were all wonderful decisions. So after the first day, I was like, yeah, you have a request for a shot, go ahead, do it. Work it in, right? Because I wasn't going to miss that opportunity.
No, that's huge. And that's the trust factor between every department, really. There's, of course, that director DP trust, which is very, it has to be very trusting because, you're both trusting in each other's vision at that point. But yeah, everyone came together too, not only us on that visual side, right? You guys worked on the film as well, right? So how did you find that connection? I'm flipping the tables here.
I was gonna ask you about the lighting.
Yeah, I can touch on that, but
Okay.
I'm curious, because you guys worked on the film as well. How did you guys feel that connection between all the other departments? Did you guys feel really connected visually in what we were going for, or how was that process for you guys?
It was
100%,
very.
yeah.
You could. There's sets where you can kind of feel the passion in the air. Everyone was very kind of grounded,
Yeah.
and even people that maybe had not to say less important, but a more minor role.
Yeah.
Were still I heard people throwing their own ideas.
Yeah.
At you once or twice, I think.
Totally. Yeah.
And being try this or try that or put this here or put this there. You
Yeah.
know, I assisted with set deck for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'd be let me move this candle right at the back there and put it over here.
Yeah.
But August, it was great that you were so open to these ideas, because I think as the director, and having heard that you had this in the back of your head for 9 years, 8 or 9 years, it's I guess it might have been difficult not to kind of be snappy and this is mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, very protective over it. Right.
Hearing you say how much leniency you gave to Avery, I think made it better, because you kind of, this idea went from your head and then you shared it with someone else, and it just became, it was incredible. It was so much fun.
Absolutely.
And I was very open about that in the beginning of, I'm not going, this is not just my thing now. This is every crew member that has a good idea.
Amazing.
This belongs to everybody, right? It might have been me that put it here, but we're all on it. I don't have I'm not the only one that has the good ideas. Everyone does. You need to collaborate, right? And there were very few things that I was stuck on. This is what I want.
Yeah.
The transition was your idea.
Yeah.
That was great. All I wanted was that hallway shot.
Yes.
And as long as we got there,
Got to that
I was
point.
happy. And I like the transition better than the hallway shot now. So
Cool.
there's little things that I was there's these 3-4 things I'm not going to budge on. Anything
fair.
else, feel free to play with. Because if it's good, I'm not going to deny it just because it's not my idea. We have to collaborate, right?
Sure. And it's those little things that add up in the end.
Yeah.
To be bigger than you
It's the last 5%.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I love that you use the term. It's it's our film. You know what I mean? You are the originator and you planted a lot of seeds. Not to get metaphorical here, but you allowed other people to water those seeds and let them grow into what they wanted, right? Yeah. So I think that is undervalued. And of course, there's those things that you're I really, because you just had such a strong vision on some things, that's totally fine to be not budgy on that. But you gave everyone the space to leave their mark on the project, right? Which is incredible. you left your mark with like the set deck and the candles and everything, and you're like you did a really great job, and it like it made those frames it helped those become what they are now. So everyone has that like little thing that they left their kind of artistic or their creative mark on, which I think is really important when we're thinking about the process, is being like, yeah, like this is everyone's child and we're raising it together instead of like, this is like mine, very protective over it.
If it's just yours, then I mean, my advice would be shoot it, edit it, and act in it on your own. If it's just yours,
Wow,
like if
fair.
you're not willing to share at all,
Yeah.
then why would anyone else put in so much effort?
Yeah.
Right? Like you can't, we couldn't have done that without our crew.
Like
At all.
No way.
Every single person that was on crew was 100% necessary, and I would not swap them out for another person. Not a single one of them, and it would not be the way that it was without everyone that was on set. It was just, like I couldn't believe how perfect of a fit it was. I was like, man. And I said one thing, my very first set ever, I was told that day by someone, you know, you're really lucky to be on a set with this crew. You'll never get a crew like this again. It's really hard to come by in the industry. And I told Avery, I said, but I think we outbeat that. Like, I think our crew was just perfect, and it outbeat it. Yeah.
No, it was great. It was incredible. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Because it's really a living, breathing thing. You know, it's tangible. And that's what I was saying earlier about like those minor roles and all those little things that add up. But you can't get those without the collaborative part of bringing in other people's ideas and other people's experiences.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it's really most important. As a director, you have to remember the name. Like you direct people in the direction that you're looking for, but you don't take full control and steer the wheel. You know what I mean? Yeah.
There's a difference between a tyrant and a director. And for this being, you know, your directorial debut, like you did a great film. Like seriously, crazy job. The story, the team you put together, like the casting, everything is really, you captured something special there. So
I will say, I think it was probably the first time of like doing something that I was like, oh, I'm fucking proud of myself for that one. I think it was one of those things where I'm like, wow, I actually accomplished that. Like that was neat, right?
Yeah.
And it was weird because it didn't feel like work the entire time.
Love
Even
it.
The late nights,
Love it.
anything did not feel like work. I was like, this is fun.
Yeah.
This is great. Let's do this every day, right? Like,
It's all about finding that one thing, you know?
Yeah.
Feels like play. Do that for the rest of your life. So if that's the thing. Bro, we dropping quotes from last time. Rerun it.
I wanted to really quickly circle back to when you were discussing your pre-production process with Avery in terms of, you said Avery's very visual in terms of like the resources that he uses, like getting specific and technical. What is it that he did that helped so much and made it easier for you to share the same vision and be on the same page?
Okay. I don't know what they're called specifically, the diagrams that you make.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are those called?
Yeah, I can touch on those. So those are diagrams for mainly my key department heads, so key grip and my gaffer, so they can know lighting placements. And then also, if we had discussed blocking, I would include those within the diagrams, right? Then we can have the camera move in the fashion that we had discussed, and then I can plot everything and make this wonderful visual representation of the scene from like a top-down perspective. And after we had scouted, to be able to make those and be like, hey, this is exactly what I'm thinking based on what we saw, then you're like, oh, that's great. Or you're like, oh, I thought the camera was going to move this way, or you thought the characters were going to move this way. So I think that helps us even more solidify, because it's one thing putting it into words and being like, okay, I want the character to walk in a 2-shot and it's like a walk and talk, right? But it's another thing to see it and like, oh, that dot's moving from there to there.
Yeah.
So I think that was a good way to communicate and be on the same page, was through those diagrams.
Yeah, I'm like a very visual person. So between, because I think those came after we did scouting, right?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, so we scouted all the locations that we got. Oh. We scouted all the locations that we got. And after that, and the diagrams plus looking up like mood board and stuff and seeing that, like, it was like when I looked at this flat diagram, it was like I could kind of like transition into it and I could see the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's what I want. I think there was one time, and it was the slightest little thing that I was like, can we just move that this way?
Yeah.
That was it. Every other thing you were on par. But I was really like, with every next step that we were at, I could just see it. And I was
Amazing.
like, oh my God, I already see the movie. Like, what's going on? Right? This is great. And so it was, I'm a very visual person, and that was probably the most helpful thing, was that and the reassurance.
For sure. Yeah.
Nice. So like lighting maps. Did you provide like reference images or anything like that to help him get an idea for the kind of mood you were looking for?
We did a lot of that together.
Yeah, actually we had sat down and built those mood boards together. So we had really discussed, and this was a bit ago, so correct me if I'm wrong, but we had really discussed like kind of that vocabulary and the feelings that we wanted to convey. And then we found those frames that were like, okay, we really want it to feel like this and have these tones and this sort of feeling to it. And that's like, those are beginning exercises for any film when we're collaborating with someone like that, right? So I love, like, that's one of the stages that I loved. Like, it's like we're discovering like what is the visuals for this film. It's really fun to do. And so I mean, creating that like mood board together was a really cool way to explore and make sure, again, like, are we speaking the same language here? How did you find that process?
I enjoyed it. I would probably recommend it to any person that wants to make a movie. Like, do a few times. You have to be on the same page, right?
Absolutely.
And just because of the content of the film and that, there were, I think, a lot of things, I don't know if this was it for you, that I wanted to make sure were coming off in the right way.
Yes.
That they weren't coming off in, because some of them were just slightly to the left and it was not going to be taken as well. Yeah. And that was that hard line of, okay, how are we going to make this one feel to not make it feel like this? Like, how are we going to work around that? Yeah. Because it was very touchy at some points where you were unsure what the reaction was going to be. And that was one thing where I was like, okay, if he's confident about this, that this is good, I'm confident about that this is good. Yes. And I think there were, I'm not sure, but I would hope there were times, you know, if you were feeling like, I don't know how that's going to go, that I was like, but we can do this. And then it was kind of cleared up. So I appreciated those meetings. Yeah. It was, I mean, I thought it was really helpful and useful. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing to touch on, is like just the touchy subject matter that we had encountered with this one was, how do you portray that in a respectful but questioning manner? So yeah, for me, that was a lot of questioning my frames and making sure that we are being respectful to even like source material and stuff like that, and being respectful to you know, all walks of life with the film from a visual standpoint. How did you feel taking on the project from like a story perspective? How did you feel like are you scared to show people this? Are you nervous to see people's reaction? Because like, you know, controversy in film is it's kind of a good thing because it gets people talking about movies. But
if you don't mind me butting in before you answer that, could we get like a brief kind of synopsis?
Good point.
What is the central like subject of this, and why is it touchy? And then absolutely can.
It's kind of, so it is religion based, which is, I think, that's the touchy subject about it. In the regard that roles are slightly reversed to what is showed to the screen. So it's kind of one of those, it's up for interpretation. It's a young female questioning, you know, it's just simple day-to-day decisions of, oh shit, well, I'm hurting myself to help that person. Does that make me a good person or a bad person? Like, what, all these little things, like, do they add up in the end? What happens? Am I doing the right thing? And what's going to happen after? And she, fortunately and unfortunately, gets to meet beings from above and below. And they are in slightly reversed roles when it comes to their characteristics and mannerisms. So one is definitely more likable than the other in a way that it would normally be the opposite. Right. So it's, you know, it's kind of, and it's up for interpretation because, you know, who knows what is behind the scenes of these beings? Is this just how they are all the time? Or is this just the initial meeting? How's this going? And it's kind of just meant to show, like, just don't be scared. What's going to happen is going to happen. And one decision doesn't default you to a good or a bad person. There is in between and there's layers to it, right? So it kind of plays off of a Dante's Inferno style.
What is that?
So it's the layers of hell.
Okay.
Yeah. So it just depends on, you know, what your sins were and how deep are you going to go into that.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
fortunately wasn't a bad person, so she didn't go that deep. But that's kind of, you know, the gist of it is.
It's a great synopsis. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what was it that you were looking for?
Yeah. Like, how does it feel now? Like, basically wrapping up post and almost ready to show in festivals and a lot of different places. How does it feel? Are you scared to show people? What are you feeling with the film, you know, really almost being out into the world now?
I, as a person, particularly like controversy.
Okay. Fair.
I don't like the attention that it can bring because I'm not a center stage person whatsoever.
That's fair.
But just like, why would you do anything outside of that? Why would you do just such like this normal thing? Like, why not do something that makes someone think? Because we have so many things that think for us now. Like, we have our phones, we have all these things that just
AI.
Yeah, and we're told, oh, this is true. And it's like, okay. Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
People
think
take
for
things
yourself.
at face value.
Yeah, like someone could say the worst thing in the world, but the way you interpret it is what's going to change your decisions in the future. So it's not like meant to, this isn't a film to be like, hey, you need to believe like this.
Yeah.
This is the truth. This is more of a like, what if?
What if
like,
scenario,
would you keep
yeah.
going the way that you're going? Would you switch it up? Are you scared? Are you okay? What's the thing here? So I am nervous for people to see
Fair.
it.
That's fair.
Yeah, the reaction to controversy is never always great.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I wasn't going to make it any other way. I wasn't going
good
to
for
have
you.
my first one anything other than controversial, most likely.
Good for you. Good for you.
It was like, if you're going to do it, like, I don't know, stand out big, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, just do something you haven't seen before. So.
Yeah. Hey, we need people who are expressing different voices, and we need films that make people think
And question.
and question
And
because
people really should.
yeah.
That's the most impactful ones, are the ones that go against the kind of natural grain of what people want to see
Yeah.
and really
Yeah.
dig deep and are like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Maybe,
I'd rather like make people think and have them hate me for making it than have people like me and just make something like, oh yeah,
That
here's
doesn't
another,
change anything.
you know, just regular movie, right? Like I'd rather like them be like, who the fuck does she think she is to say that?
Yeah.
But it did have me thinking about this. Open your brain, and like that's all I want, kind of
Amazing.
thing. Like I don't even need to be in the equation as long as you're watching it. So
Yeah. So you'd rather be hated for who you are than
Yeah.
loved for, you know, who
who
you're
I'm
not.
not exactly. And I learned that from my little insert there in the film. I'm definitely better at being myself than someone else.
Yeah, that's
was a
right.
big
Your debut,
takeaway.
your acting
Yeah.
debut too. Oh my God. Yeah. How do you feel seeing yourself on, on, you know,
That
per se
sucked.
the.
That sucks. Editing that really sucked. But it was a big takeaway for me. Again, I'm just taking it as this is a learning experience.
Yep. Yep.
We're gonna do, if I'm ever doing it again, it's gonna be the dumbest little thing, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because I tried for this one and it did not look like it. But the big takeaway was I'm better being myself than anyone else. So
There you go. Do you think is this going to be a tradition with your films? Are you
think
going to have a
so.
little cameo in it?
yeah, maybe just like a little moment.
Little
kind of
role,
thing.
yeah.
Love it.
It's like your little signature. It's like, there's me.
Oh, there's. It's like Stan Lee. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, there he is. Yeah.
And then, that was mentioned to me. They were like, "Oh, it's your Stanley Kubrick moment." I'm like, more of like a Stan Lee
Yeah.
kind of just get in there, do something stupid, or like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then out. Yeah.
yeah, and then I'm out. Like that's it. Just no
That's good.
purpose or point, and that's it.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Is there any other points you wanted to touch on?
Is there a release date? When is it coming out?
There is.
Or is it still
It's still a little hush hush.
still a little
We're gonna. So we just have to finish up one or two things, and then we're going to be. There's a few deadlines for festivals in mind, depending on their rules on when it can be released and all that. We'll probably be doing a viewing
Nice.
before it's released.
Amazing.
Yeah. So
Like a
that-
private screening type thing. Yeah.
So that way we can kind of get everyone together who made it and allow them to enjoy it together. Some good food, and then, you know, everyone else can get to see it after that, because I want to prioritize the people who worked their asses off to be on this. And may I mention again, minus 25 degree weather through a polar vortex for hours.
Yeah.
It was, like Chloe, man, her hands and her face
yeah.
were so red. She fell in the snow. I was like 12 times by
Yeah.
the end of the night.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad. I was like, go in the car for
Goodness,
now.
she was a
Yeah.
trooper.
Do you want to talk
Yeah.
about cast?
Yeah, how did you? Yeah, how was cast and all that? Yeah,
So we did our interviews, and I told them, which was not a lie, that I'd be willing to tell anyone. They would be the three main actors would be my Ryan Murphy American Horror Story moment of just use them again and again and again and again in different roles, because I when we were watching filming Even After Life, I was like, oh, we could do this next. Because I'm seeing her, I'm like, wait, we're not done this one yet. We need to finish this, and then
already
we'll think
miles
about
ahead.
that, right? Yeah. I
Yeah.
was just like spinning into it. So
Yeah.
it was, I think they did amazing. And then we had some smaller parts. They were wonderful and just really lived up to what they needed to be for those small scenes. And with the exclusion of mine.
Hey, yeah.
You did your best.
You did your best.
I'm proud of you.
We can say that I did
We
my
just say,
best.
yeah.
That's for sure.
That's
The end result, I don't think anyone will agree on. But
you know, you did great. You did great.
by the end of it, we were both just like crying from laughter.
Yeah,
because
it was
just-
fun to edit. Yeah,
It was
It was a fun scene. Yeah. Oh yeah. You got to have yourself in every film now. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Even if your
think-
acting gets better, you need to like dumb it down.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
Make it
stay on the
bad
same
every
level.
time.
Yeah, purposefully bad.
Yeah. We'll say it was on
It
purpose.
was,
this time.
oh, there we go. Yeah, perfect.
Oh man. Yeah, but that was like having the process with you from the very beginning to the very end.
Yeah,
That was probably like, the backbone of everything, because
appreciate
if
it.
I had to switch over at the end and be like, okay, now I'm working with this editor,
yeah,
I would have been like, do you not see what we're going for here? Like,
yeah,
do you not get it? Right? Because like there were some tough parts to edit around.
Yep.
And it was like, I couldn't think of another person that I could have done it with that would have understood the story and what we all went through to get those shots. Like, we built a whole hospital set, and it was a minimal hospital set.
yeah,
But being from scratch was like, I couldn't see out of my rear window the whole way to Ottawa, because my whole car was stacked with like
oh my god,
wheelchairs and beds and tables and computers, everything. Yeah. Oh my God. 5-gallon IV bags that came in the wrong size. I didn't have enough time to freaking exchange it. Yeah.
IV bags for giants. They're these massive,
was-
yeah.
It was the exact ones. I swear to God, I ordered the right size and they just didn't come in. And I was like, I went up to Trin and I'm like, these are the IV bags. Is there a way we can make this work? And she's like, we're going to,
We're gonna have
right?
to, yeah,
I was like,
we have
okay,
to.
fair, let's do it, right? And then it just came to, laptop under the desk with the computer, hiding it, putting the bed on sandbags to make it higher, and switching the whole room around to get a different shot with a different background. And it was just like the fact that, and it was a hard tug that we had to do that.
Yep.
Because that was not the original plan.
Yep.
The original plan was we were somewhere that had everything in place. Real medical equipment, $1 million things that we just were like, we're not touching those.
Yeah.
Like the bed, everything that you could think of, cardiac monitor, fake patient files, and barely 48 hours before we were going, no, sorry, we're pulling out. And I'm just, Avery and Trin are getting phone calls from me at like 11:30 at night. I'm like, what the fuck do I do? Oh my God, this isn't going well.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? And I'm like, you know what? Wipe it off the schedule for now. Let's keep going. We'll figure it out.
Yep.
It really prolonged everything. But that was a hard one for me.
That was
hard.
probably the second, honestly, like scheduling wise, it was probably the hardest thing. Yeah. And so that happened, what was it, 48 hours before we went to camera?
It was a little bit less. So we were going the Sunday, and it was Friday at about 11 p.m.
Oh,
And then
Barely a
definitively
day.
Saturday morning.
yeah. Oh, that's a nightmare.
brutal, I'm
Oh my
sorry.
God.
It was
Losing one of your main locations,
Right.
right before you go to camera to like 24 hours.
It was one of those where I'm just
Holy
at home
smokes.
in my chair and I'm sitting there like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
What do I do here? How do I email all these people and say sorry? Call
Yeah.
time is now here,
Yeah.
and we have to schedule another day
To make up for
just
that.
This.
And now you have to find a way to build a hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we did it in a 5-hour squeezed time slot.
Yeah.
There were a lot of last minute things, I think, that we were like, what the fuck? Come on. Like, why? Why now? Right? You know what? Like, I think it shows something. In certain aspects, all the odds were against us for that.
Yeah.
And
Hey, I
we
think-
have it.
Yeah.
Persevered.
We did it.
Pulled it out of our ass.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Some of the things I was like, all right, this is going to have to work. We got to make it.
Make
we
it
don't
work.
have a decision.
Yeah. What's the thing? Like the constraints. Constraints always provide creativity, right?
Yeah.
You have to. How do you work inside that box?
It makes you adapt and find new ways to try and achieve the same result.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how did you feel that night that you got that text?
Yeah, that was that was a tough one because we had scouted the location and I'm like, this is perfect. They have,
You would have had diagrams and stuff.
bro, I had
ready to
everything
go.
ready to go. I was
Now
like,
it doesn't matter.
yeah, out the window. And we had scouted and it was really like a nice spot. We were going to shoot these scenes and see into this beautiful vista on the outside, have again all of the props and proper like medical equipment, like what the sound thing, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know. There was a lot of there was a lot of fancy shit in there.
Oh, the ultrasound.
Yeah,
There
they had like crazy ultrasound stuff, like really like high tech. Yeah, like a lot of heart monitors, all that fun stuff. So it would have looked great on camera. So I was pumped, but yeah, she texted me that, and again, it was so close to going to camera. I'm like, okay, we're dealing with that. It is what it is. We got to focus on the task ahead of us and not get distracted by what just happened. Right. So it's keeping that mentality of let's just keep fucking going no matter what happens, and we'll figure it out. And that's what we did. We figured it out afterwards, and had some.
Say it went well. Considering that.
Yeah, like it's a believable. Like you built a believable. Hospital set. We had her on felt like stilts on the bed, and she was on a bunch of sandbags around, and it was a fun setup. The 5-gallon bags, and
You said the blanket was a curtain.
the blanket was a curtain too. Yeah. The blanket was a curtain.
I would have never known. I was lying on it. So nice.
The back, there was a backboard, but it was bars. I'm like, well, she needs to be sitting up, and it's
like a hospital.
it's a trifold mattress. I got it on purpose. I'm like, what do we do? And I had this random wood piece. So me and Sound Kim, she's helping me rig it up, and the board is up, and we're putting sandbags. So this is where the rest of the sandbags are. They're in front and behind to keep a wood board that's about this thick on a little pole thing on the bed frame that's about this thick, and we had to keep it right there because if it went, it was just going to go right through, and they were going to hit down on the bed. Oh no! So we were like, this needs to be
like safe,
perfect, right? So I was it you who tested the bed?
Yeah.
Okay, so Rachel tested the bed. I was a trooper for that one.
Yeah. I was a bit nervous. I was like, damn.
It was a little janky at first, and then we were able to, when she got on it, we could
when I laid on it,
see
so
where-
I could sleep. I could sleep on this for sure.
It was surprisingly comfortable.
Yeah.
It was memory foam. But it was, there was a lot of makeshift things for that one that we had to just figure it out and get it done, because it was, unless the whole thing was already built before we got to set, we weren't gonna, you didn't see these things that needed to be done. Like I knew about the board, but how hard it was to get it up, and that you wouldn't have known that unless you already tried.
True.
And everything was, as pre-built as it could have been, but I'd say 80% of the building was done there. Like it was all hands on deck.
Yeah,
it was all hands on deck for that day. I was down building a bed frame.
Yeah, I remember that.
hour.
You were like,
Yeah.
let's, you were getting down and dirty with that one,
It was bed frame, IV pole, say hi to cast, go to wardrobe, back to bed frame,
Yeah.
now set up the room, and just like we were all hands on deck that day.
Yeah. That was a heavy set building day.
Yeah.
So that was I was impressed. You were working your ass off. You always do, but that day you were like hands on working
Like,
your
let's
ass.
go.
Yeah, you're like, we're doing this. Like this is happening. So
We need I'm just like, we need as much time as we can to get these shots.
yeah.
If I'm one more person that can get some stuff done 30 minutes early, like let's go.
That's
Anyone
amazing.
that can hop in right now. So I
No,
think it worked out.
That's incredible. Yeah. Like, I mean, again, that's the thing. Like, with these indie sets, we're working with what we have, and within certain constraints and budget constraints and constraints on sets and all that stuff too, right? So everyone's help and everyone putting in work outside of their general scope means everything, because that means you get an extra hand for something, right? So you stepping outside of your particular scope of director to fucking like run around with your head cut off and do everything, right? Like it means that we got that one shot that we would have not been able to, right? We got that one insert that maybe we weren't able to because we had the time, because you were, you know, willing to be like, yeah, like I'm a director, but I'm also gonna, you know, roll my sleeves up and work in the dirt. Like, let's do this thing, right? Like, that's awesome. And that's the mentality.
Your crew and you're not willing to get down in the dirt with them, are they
exactly
are these really people that you should be working on a passion project kind of thing with? And I was trying really hard to keep my cool that day because of the amount of work, and all it was going through in my head was, this turned from $150 a day to about an $1,100 a day. How are we have to make it worth it. It was like, I couldn't even believe it. And I was like, just do it and make it worth it, and it won't piss you off as much. Just get through it, right? Because it was a massive jump. Yeah. Because it was that day, literally, the original location. Yeah. It was going to cost us $150, and it was like food. For everyone, and that was it. Oh, and then this one, the studio, all of the expensive props, we hit like 1,100, and I was like,
oh my god, 10x what you had originally budgeted for that day.
It was a lot, but that's what was keeping me cool, was like, just make it worth it. We're already here. Just go ahead. So. But I hope I wasn't like neglecting anyone.
No, you did great.
You did amazing, August. You did
no, you
amazing.
did great.
I don't know how you did it, honestly.
I was there, bro.
No, you don't worry. Lead by example. I love that, right? Like, if you're not willing to do the thing yourself, then how are you able to tell other people to do it?
I was just gonna say that everyone's gonna be looking up to you. Or like, where's her mind at with this? And they see you running around wearing all these different hats. They're like, okay, there's fire.
They're like, oh my god, like let's help her, and let's.
They see you just standing there being like, hey, we need that, then we need this, then we need this done. People are gonna be like, just stay in their lane, and that's it.
No one's gonna be motivated.
No one's gonna be motivated. But they see you like taking initiative. They're gonna start taking initiative. Be like, try this or try that, or like we came in the sandbags. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
that's great.
Yeah, no, everyone really stepped in that day.
It
was we wouldn't have got the shots we did if they didn't. So I'm very grateful. It was a nice day, I would say, in totality.
Yes.
The end of the night was it was the best way to finish
funny way to wrap out.
Like it was I would say that was the sweetest way to end it. It was great.
Do you want to touch on the story of the last kind of night together? Because it was pretty, there's a lot of funny funny moments there, that if you want to touch on those.
Again, not a location pullout, but a misinformation with a studio, of not realizing what they were advertising that they do and what they were actually willing to do. So that was the issue of, we were right about to book. It was probably the last 4 hours that we could book. And they were like, well, what are you talking about, that amount of time? And I was like, well, I'm doing your minimum amount of time, da-da-da-da. They're like, oh no, sorry, I haven't changed it. We need like double that amount of time. And I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, for the prices, I'm like, I messaged her and I'm like, I don't know what to do right now. She probably sat there and texted me an hour and a half, 2 hours. Wow. We went back and forth, sending links, this and that. Finally found one. We got an Airbnb. And it was small. It was very fucking hot. Like, extremely hot. And everyone was so tired.
It was comfy.
It was. You can probably comfy. It was the second bed.
Oh, that's funny.
And then we went there. We did a lot of the inserts, and we all just kind of, everyone that was there at the end of the night, we got pizza, and we were just, it became more of that. For me, was the solidified, okay, this was a bonding experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm like, half of these people, probably more than half, have never worked with each other before. Or some of them didn't even know each other at all. Like I didn't know some of our crew until we had them. Right?
That's true.
And then I got to know them. And that moment I was like, okay, this was good for everyone involved. This was, people have good memories from this. And this last part is that bonding of, we're not talking about this film. We're talking about things we've done in life, our interests, what we like, what have we seen lately. And that was a big part of it for me, was seeing, you know, the vibe I tried to bring on set follow through until the end kind of thing. So that was a good part for me, I think.
Do you believe that, if anything, like, forget the final project that comes out, your role as a director, like, that ultimately, do you think is the whole point? Do you know what I mean? Is bringing all these people together in more than just a, like, work way of, okay, we're making a film, boom, 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 here's a finished project, and it goes to festivals. It's, like, deeper than that.
I do think
like those,
so.
you assemble all those connections.
Yeah,
You know, if you hadn't made this thing, then none of it would have happened.
Yeah, and I do think that that's a big part of it. I don't think I will ever, I could probably do 150 films. And if I did, at the end of it, I would not have the belief that, you know, you shouldn't have a happy, nurtured, bonding environment to make a film. Because, like, how do you can force yourself to work around people you don't like, or you haven't had the chance to get to know or don't understand, but no one likes to do it. And you go home at the end of the day, like, we don't work a 9 to 5 doing this for that reason, because everybody who does usually doesn't like their job. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
facts.
I gotta go, you know, hang out around Jerry for 8 hours. I don't fucking like him. He talks about, you know, yo-yos all the time. Like
Jerry
some
and his
dumb,
yo-yos.
yeah, like some dumb stuff,
God damn
right? But you're like, oh, you know, I don't know these people too well, but they're really nice and they like this, this, and that. And I kind of like those things. I wonder if we can find a similarity. I'm excited to go be with them on set and learn more and get to spend time with them. And like, I don't know, a set, like I think you had mentioned it earlier, it's like a living breathing thing. Like you have to nurture it and you have to care for it, right? And if people aren't getting along, then I really think, like, thankfully we didn't have to deal with that on this one. But if it ever did, it's like, okay, you know, guys, like, take a break. Go find something else, and then just come back together and say you're sorry. Like, we're here for another 3 days. So, like, it's not worth it in the end, right? Just make it a good environment. And, like, it's always nice to see people make connections.
Yeah, it is. So
it's
lovely.
Yeah, like, even for me, making connections, I don't do it often, not on purpose, but I just don't get to very much. And it's one of those things that makes you happy you're human, right? Because we can see things in that way of, we have some disagreements, but we have a lot of agreeing parts, and we need to, you know, nurture that, and like, we can work well together, we can get along, and fuck anything else outside of here, and your crew becomes your family.
It's
Right?
true.
Especially if you're on a feature, if you're there for 30 shooting days, you spend more time around your crew than you do your family.
Your actual family.
Yeah, and it doesn't
grow
mean you
so
love your
close.
family any less, but
Yeah.
you want your crew to be family, right? And that's, I think, my goal for bigger sets, and that is, you know, feed people well, pay people well, nurture the set, and make sure that everyone's taken care of and that they're a family, right?
Yeah.
Like I said to Rachel, there's family that you're born with, there's family you find along the way.
Yeah.
And I think every crew should be a family you found along the way.
Yeah,
love that.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's fire. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I remember we were talking about that on like the episode that I was on, and
The Chasing
like,
Light one.
yeah, literally word for word what you just said is that your crew is your second family. It's your home away from home, right? You spend so much time there. So I'm so glad, and that's probably why we got along so well, and we had a lot of, because we think in these very similar ways, and so that's why, you know, the people that I brought on, the people that you brought on, that's why everyone was able to connect so well, was because obviously we see ourselves and the people that we bring on, so that, you know, everyone's kind of have the same, at least kind of base values and the base personality traits that we want to associate with. And that's why I think we had such a amazing and everyone connected so well on that set, was because of that. You know, you really nurtured that, and you obviously fed people well, and people were happy to be there. And so I mean, the crew environment was just so nice to be around on that set. Like, it was a very well, like, handpicked group of people that shared a lot of love for what they did, and it showed. Like, I loved being around everyone on that set.
Well, the first day at the grocery store, I genuinely, when we were all eating, we were taking our lunch, I had my pie, pie and a sandwich, and I was all the way at I was way behind where we were getting food, and I just sat down on the floor, and I was watching. I was alone, and then Jonathan came and sat beside me for a little bit, but in that time, I was watching, and I'm like, wow. Like, look at this. I wasn't even thinking about it of like, oh, this is my movie. I was like, wow, look what we did. Like, we brought, it's awesome. Freezing.
Yeah.
This is going great, but like this environment right now of like weather sucks. And everyone is just laughing and smiling and talking and sharing stories. And that was really nice to sit back and see of like, well, fuck, we did that, right? Like, that was something, you know, and I would say it was even on both of our sides of putting that together.
For sure.
The crew and everything, in my view, aside from the script itself, was half and half.
Oh,
so,
you're more than generous.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. You put in a lot. You put in a lot of work, so.
There was I guess, okay. Like, we'll do like a 60-40.
Sure.
The 60% will be all locations, props, and schedules and all that. We'll just count that as 10.
Okay. Sounds good. But you're very generous. But you, I just remember you telling me like how much behind the scenes went on, and how much you put aside and you made to make this film, right? Like, because, you know, this was, and I don't know, we can cut this out, but do you want to talk about like financing it yourself and stuff like that? Is that something that you want to touch on?
We ate a lot of cans of tuna.
Yeah.
A lot of cans of tuna.
That's incredible.
Boxed mac and cheese. We did catering on set one day.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of lasagna left.
Incredible. Some of the best food I've ever had on set that day. Yeah.
It was so good.
Right?
Dude.
I've been thinking about it ever since.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
I cut that up and froze it, and I was like, there's my dinner for the next 2 weeks.
My God.
That's what we're gonna do. Like, I spent the money. Let's fucking eat it, right?
So you saved money like every kind of where you could, so you could put it towards
everywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I worked full time while making this film.
Jesus.
And did not take a single. I don't think I took a single unpaid day off.
Oh my God.
I used my vacation days, and if I didn't have any, which I didn't by the end of it, after planning. Any day that I missed at work, I worked extra days. So the day that we were supposed to fully wrap, I went to work the next morning. And then I worked an extra day. So I think in totality, it ended up being a 13-day work week for me.
Damn.
So it was
Damn.
and it was like, well, I can't call in, because if I call in, that's, $150 gone. And if we need that for this, I need that as backup and all that. Yeah. So I think in a matter of 4 months, about 4 months, I had saved, the budget was 2.5. We reached 4.5.
Oh boy.
So it was, but thankfully I saved 3,500.
Wow.
So that last 1,000 wasn't the hardest thing to come up with.
Sure.
But it was like, we were stingy on things for 6 months, 7 months. Jeez. We were very stingy, and it wasn't the easiest of times financially for us at the time. Yeah. But like I just said, I'm like, listen, like there's no budging on this.
Yeah.
Whatever we need to do, we're doing it because this is what I'm doing, right? Like there is no backtracking.
Yeah.
This is what I want and we're going to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a lot of like, just fucking like, what do we have in the fridge?
Yeah.
You know, only
Yeah.
sauce. Okay. Put it with like
Whip
some
something.
can of beans or something. Like, I don't know, right? Like something cheap. And I mean, we ate okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're still here. We're still here. So it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it definitely it wasn't the worst because it was worth it for what we were doing. If it was for just because I was being lazy and didn't want to go to work, then it would suck.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that bad because it was for a good reason. So
That fires me up so much.
yeah.
Like,
I don't
amount
think you
of
know
can
how
openers I
inspirational
broke?
that is.
no, that is like, seriously, that is like the story you are going to tell at festivals. You're like, yeah, I ate tuna, I ate, canned food for 7 months to save up to finance this film. And
Yeah.
like that's
Lived on a dime to make this.
seriously, that story is fucking incredible. Like that's like when you told me that, and this is the other thing that fires me up. You did not complain. You did not tell a soul about this. You told me about this because we were editing a lot and we were talking a lot. So there was a lot of conversation. And then you told me that, and like after you left, I'm like, what the fuck? She never told me. Like she never told me any of this. Like, and that's the most impressive part, is being so just, I don't know the right word for it, but like you didn't complain. You didn't, and I see that fire, that like a lot of people would have gave up at step, 1 or 2, right? Because they're like, oh, it's too hard. I don't want to eat out of, canned beans for 6 months, right?
They would have called it.
They would have called it there.
worth it.
Yeah, that's it, right? But no, like that is what separates you from, the 99% of other people who wouldn't have taken that step, right?
Yeah.
So seriously, like fucking round of applause for August.
Genuinely,
Like,
yeah.
that's impressive. Yeah.
Thank you.
Seriously.
'Cause you can get creative with tuna.
Damn.
Like it's not just sandwiches,
Hey, yo, that
man.
needs to be on a t-shirt. You can get creative with
Tuna
tuna.
pasta salad, man, you can throw so much into that thing.
Oh
It just
my
make it taste
God.
different every time. Oh yeah,
Wow.
tuna melts. It's great.
It's great. It's great.
Package of $1.49 noodles. and a
You
can
made
of
the
tuna.
most of the situation.
That's amazing.
You were
Yeah.
like, yeah.
One time you had a little more mustard than last, and switch it up
Fine
a little
dining.
bit.
You're
Yeah.
fine dining. Oh my God. Good for you.
was-
Holy shit.
Seriously.
Oh my God. That is incredible.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll eat soup for a while though.
That's
It's
fair.
gonna take like probably another year for that craving
Sure.
to come back for a bowl of soup.
Bowl of soup.
Yeah.
That's totally fair.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
That's incredible. I can't top that. That's
Yeah.
like,
No,
No,
that's a good way to
seriously.
end.
And you were, yeah, my bad. I just wanted to say, because you were just before mentioning, like just do it. You have to. Like,
Yeah.
you do or you don't, and you did. You know what I mean?
Like if you, I have like this feeling. I mean, this is my first time directing,
Yeah.
so it's at this point I think it's just a feeling, not like a fact. Of if you flinch, your whole crew is gonna flinch. If you don't know what you're doing, how do they know what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
If you look overly stressed and scared or nervous, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck's going on? Is something gonna go?
Yeah.
Should I be trying harder? What's going on?" Or if you're just angry because something happened, which I think I probably could have been angry and justified during multiple days of this, but I was like, "Why?
yeah.
What's the point? This is supposed to be a fun thing. This is supposed to be a good thing, regardless of the content. We enjoy ourselves, right? So just like the things one after another, location, budget, personal family stuff, personal home stuff, and just bad news after bad news after bad news. I was like, fuck, you can't let anyone know. Just go about it like nothing happened, and they will get through this too. Because if I'm stressed, everyone's gonna be like, why am I doing this? She's being mean. She's, telling me what to do. I feel stressed because she's just giving off that vibe. I'm not going to do that to anyone else and hinder their work process. So I need to just, and that's probably, I think, the most important thing as a director. Fucking compose yourself. Like, you don't have to go off at every turn. Just breathe and get through it.
Yeah.
That's it. At the end of the day, when you go home, you can feel what you need to feel. It's not the place for it, right? Like, it's just not. And that was what got me through of not the right place, not the right time. Just get home afterwards and you're good.
Did you have a lot of an internal conflict when all those things were happening and like just bad thing after bad thing, unfortunate events? Or was it like, what did you just accept that it is what it is and deal with it after?
At some point, I think because of the content of the film, I was like, is something higher up fucking with me right now? Like, is this what's happening? Like, is something like saying like,
It's
you
Mark,
be
like,
doing this?
It's
Yeah. Like, just don't do this. I'm advising you. And I'm like, well, I'm fucking Amelia. I'm gonna go my own way.
Do it
I'm gonna make my
anyways.
own
Yeah.
decisions, right?
Yeah.
Who are you to tell me what to do, kind of thing. So I got a little superstitious at some point,
Okay.
yeah. And I
That's
was like, you
fair.
can't say that
But
to anyone.
It sounds like it helped you get through it though.
It did, because then it solidified, and the fact that it followed along with the story, I was like, well, I can't tell people that this is okay and then not do it, right? So I just do it.
Yeah, I was just wondering because with such like a heavy mental burden on you, it's almost impossible not to crack sometimes
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is where I think like director snapping kind of slips out because there's so much on you. And
Yeah.
what you're talking about right now, all those things you're not telling people that they don't understand, it's like you want to just like scream and be like, look at what I'm going through. You'll be fine on set for a day.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But you don't, which I think is just like the most profound thing.
So like I
Ever.
can be going through those things and I can go on a set and be like, look at this happened. Can you get your shit in line?
But that doesn't happen.
What did you go through before you got here? I don't know.
True.
You could have
Very true.
Yeah.
you know, just come back from the worst event of your entire life. I have no clue. So maybe everyone else is doing the same thing that I'm doing. Of just compose yourself, hold it in, and get home. You have no idea. So for me to like not have that background knowledge of their life all the time
Right.
and be like, you should be doing this better because I'm doing it this good and I'm going through this. It's just an unfair judgment when all the information and statistics aren't there, right? Like you just
You have no idea what someone else is carrying on their shoulders.
exactly, and it's not your like you shouldn't be putting what you're going through on other people. I'm a
That's
big
fair.
believer in that.
There's-
Just
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Completely
well, there's a
agree.
time and a place.
Yeah.
Right.
exactly,
And on set, creating art to make other people's lives better is not the time.
exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
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 Anything to add, Rachel?
No, I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah. I completely agree though.
Yeah.
Cool. Should we start ending it here?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Is there anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else?
I'll probably think of it in 30 minutes, but
Fair. On the ride home.
yeah, it's
Fuck.
it's
Everyone
always
turn
that
around.
way. Yeah, it's always that way. You're like right near home. You're like, fuck, that was such a good idea, and we didn't do it.
Do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe once it comes out, we'll bring you in again.
Yeah.
There you
Yes,
go.
of course.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I think it'd be neat to just like sit there and watch it and have all the reactions. And
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see how it does in festivals and in other people's devices and other reactions and stuff. So I'm
One thing
excited.
I'll say about it that I was like, okay, that's the sign that it's gonna be okay as a project. It did not feel like 17 minutes. It was just you were there. Like it was just going by, and it was you didn't want to stop watching. You weren't wondering what was happening next. You were just with the story. And I think that was the best part. It didn't drag. It didn't. It was just. I don't know. I thought it was great, but
Yeah.
great.
Well, it's a mark of a good. Sorry, it's a mark of a good project when you're like, the credits roll and you're like, where did my last like hour and a half go?
Yeah.
Right?
And you were just so into it.
You live in it. You
Yeah.
live in the project.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I mean, I'm a little biased too, but I felt the same way watching it. Like I feel like there was good arcs, there was good flows, and there was all of that. And then once we get the composition in and all that, I think it's going to be ready to fly.
Yeah. Well, I can remember when we watched it beginning to end, after we finished those parts without the fine details, it was the entire thing put together.
Yeah.
I remember we're both sitting there like this, and it ended, and we just
Yeah, we like looked at each
we
other.
were like, there's something with that
pretty
one.
good. Yeah,
It's
pretty good.
Oh man. Yeah, no, but it was probably the greatest way to start my hopeful career
That's
in this
amazing.
industry.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Seriously,
Amazing.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank
Very
you.
inspiring.
Thank
it
you.
is.
Yeah, very inspiring story.
And as the creator too, like when you're watching it, you're the one who's gonna notice the little imperfections the most.
Yeah.
If
That's
there's
fair.
none,
Yeah.
we're not gonna see it. You know what I mean? Like,
Hopefully.
yeah.
There was something Tarantino said once, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I get that, because that's probably what I do. He goes, I make movies for me. That's why I watch my films. You guys are welcome to come, but I make them for me. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
guys are
love that.
invited, right? And I was like, yeah, I want to make something that I could sit there and watch all the way through. You
Yeah.
guys are all invited. I hope you think it's great, but this is for me.
That's great.
Right?
That's great.
So,
It's moments like that you're allowed to be a little egocentric.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's
It's more of like, I want to be able to enjoy it too. I'm not just going to make a movie that I don't enjoy it. Or I'm like, that sucked. That looks bad. This is no fun. This is boring, right? Why would I make something like that? I guess I would have to think this is really interesting, or this at least sparks this, or it's easy to get through. Something has to be good about it for me to be like, okay, yeah, let's put that somewhere, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
right.
There's more people that you think. If you make stuff for yourself, there's more people than you think that will connect with that, right?
Yeah.
So there's like, you are your own person, but there's a lot of people, you might think like, oh, am I the only one that thinks that way? No, you're not.
No.
Like, there's hundreds of millions of people who will have certain reactions, to the film, and whether that's because of the story or whatever. But anyways, my point is that fuck, I kind of lost it.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, but do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you put what you want out there just because you want to, not for the reaction of other people,
yeah.
right? Because there's gonna be people who think and feel the same way. And just do it for yourself at the very baseline when you dig deep about your why you do it. Just do it for yourself first, always.
Exactly. Make something you enjoy, and other people will enjoy it too.
Yeah, that's thank you. Great way to put it. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
More people think like you than you know.
Yeah.
True.
Yes.
You'll like it. There you go.
Exactly. There we go. That's it. That's what
This is why y'all work together on set, because you're like reaching to his head. This is how you phrase it.
And there's times too where I don't know how to explain like a feeling or a shot or something. I'm like, it's just like this. Like it's a color or it's something or a song. And he's like, oh, okay. And we'll put it together kind of like this. I'm like, yeah, how the fuck did you do that? I gave you a color in a song. How did you get that, right? But it was just
That's
like,
what Avery was.
it works.
So that's what Avery was really just talking about in terms of like other people are gonna understand it. You have this idea in your head that you don't think you can convey, and then he's like, "Do you mean something like that?" There it is. It's the same with the movie.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the idea
It's
you're
the
trying
same
to
thing.
convey,
True.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
No, I think this was great, and I wouldn't have probably picked any other person to do it this closely with side by
Thank you.
side, because it was we were very close through that whole process.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of meetings and set days, editing. Just it was great. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like we got so close that it was like all it took was a look.
Yeah.
And I remember I looked back to you during the scenes with Lucifer. I looked back at you and I was like, holy fuck. like, are you seeing what I'm
like-
seeing? I'm like, and she's like, yeah. So like, there's
that's
moments like
awesome,
that.
man.
Like, you're just like, oh my God.
I mean,
this
once
is
you have
amazing.
honey on a sandwich with someone, it's just,
You're bonded.
there's something there,
You're bonded
right?
for life. Yeah, that's it. I haven't made it for you yet, man.
Oh, you gotta have it.
Yeah.
Honey on a turkey sandwich.
Yeah, man.
Honey and turkey sandwich.
A deconstructed turkey sandwich, man. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's what we're saying. Yeah.
That is fine dining.
But then Costco cheesecake too.
Oh, Costco. Yeah, we had Costco
Costco
cheesecake.
cheesecake. Nice.
That means, there's something. Yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah, would you go through the mud like that with someone?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're bonded.
You're bonded.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm sure there'll be more to come as time goes on.
I'd hope so. Yeah.
No,
I'd say so.
Totally down. I'd love to be a frequent collaborator. Yeah, I absolutely loved working with you. So
Yeah, I think you'll like
it's
the
incredible.
next idea.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, I'm all ears.
already building.
Whenever you want to pitch it, let me know.
Man, you guys need a candle in the background?
Hey, we got you. We got you.
Seriously, congratulations. I'm genuinely.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
It's
So
incredible.
cool to hear about all this
Thank
because I had no idea.
Yeah. No, I appreciate like you guys having me on, having us on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doing 2 episodes for it, and fuck, man, this started with my phone and my little sister. That was the first shot that Avery seen of the street into the alley.
Okay.
Was my little sister in front of my phone, and we did it. And he's like, "There's something to that,"
Yeah.
and then we followed that for the shot. So this was gonna be like a put a white sheet in the background for heaven kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
Just make it
Either
look
way,
like that.
you were making
It was gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
Even if it was literally just me and her that's seen it. That's how it was gonna go. And then now we're on a podcast.
Yeah. Well,
There's so many hard quotes. You're like, this started with my sister, my phone. I'm like, that's, oh my God, what?
Sharing your head. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, no, that's seriously like that. It's so inspiring, and it fires me up so much to see other people, beginning and doing so well right away. So seriously, nothing but congratulations and amazing.
I
Anything,
appreciate it.
everything but anything. I'm tired, man.
You got it.
I'm tired.
Everything but the bagel seasoning.
Yeah. No, you're gonna do so many amazing things. Seriously.
Thank you.
Seriously.
No, you guys all are too. Like, just such great people in general. Like, work aside,
We
just
appreciate it.
yeah, like just people that I'd be willing to work on anything with. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
I reciprocate it. So.
Yeah, likewise.
Absolutely.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Do you want to say it? This is your episode for the
Yeah.
film?
This is your episode.
Yeah.
Rap number 2.
That's a fucking rap, not a soft rap, a rap.
Hey. Plug yourself. Where can we find you? Where can we find you?
Oh shit, what's my Instagram? At Chaotic X Neutrals, I think that's
Yeah.
what it is. Yeah,
Amazing.
Chaotic X Neutrals. And August Alves on Facebook.
Let's go.
Amazing.
Anything like that, and we'll have a keep creepy films coming out soon.
Amazing.
And then we'll link some more when we can, but Chaotic X Neutrals is the one for now. And go check it out on there. Any teasers or trailers, and hopefully everyone enjoys what they see.
Sounds
I
great.
promise you they will.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you everyone for listening.
Yes,
And,
thank you for tuning in.
We will see you next time.
Cheers.
Cut. Get out of it, okay?